Hi John, this is Dave at Kids Education. I want to get you up to speed with how to use Futaba and so that you and your students and fellow teachers can have a great time with it. First, let's go off. Notice in the top left that I am currently signed in as Mr. Lund. And I'm going to tap on Manage Games. And you'll see in my games playlist that I have created 3 separate games, an English game, a math game, and a science game. Okay, I'm going to bring you over to the Classes tab. Tap on that. And look, I have 2 classes that I've created, okay? This is my English class and my math class, and both of them are turned off. So what happens if I turn one on? I'll go back to my games tab. Oh my gosh, there's nothing there, but you know what? That's actually supposed to happen. It is confusing at first, but what we're going to do is create a game inside the English class. So you see how I have the English class turned on. We're going to go back to the games and we're going to create games within that classroom. Okay, if you can imagine, this English class is Mrs. Smith's English class. Okay, and the math class could be Mr. Barber's math class. Okay, so we have the English class turned on. We'll go back to the games tab. Now we're going to create a game and give it a name such as ABCs, for example. And we'll populate it with some learning letters right here, okay? And then we'll tap done. So now if we go back to the classes, if I turn this off and go back to my games tab, what should be there are the games that I had created without having anything assigned to any classes. Okay, the English game, the math game, and the science game. So let me go back. We have our math class. I'll turn that on for you. And I don't have any games there either that I've created. Okay, so I'll create a math game and I'll just do addition, create an addition game, and we'll turn on this here. And we'll hit done, and we'll go back to the classes tab. Math is turned on. We have one game within the math class. English is turned on. We have one game in the English class. If we turn both of them off, we have all those other games that it seems like you created quite a few in the games playlist area that were not assigned to any classes. So what I would recommend that you do is kind of start over from 0, but you don't have to worry that, because any content that you actually created would be in the My Sets area. That won't disappear as long as you shared it to the cloud. But so you actually have not been able to successfully share your data to the cloud, it seems, so I'm not sure we will be able to guarantee the integrity of your data. Okay, so what I would recommend you do is go back to the classes tab and create your games, and then go back to the games tab and so let's create a new game, and we'll call this science. Here it's asking, would you like to add any existing unassigned games to science? And if we said okay, what's going to happen is all of the games that we had created that were not within the class are going to be dumped into this game, this classroom. There's no way you can pick and choose, unfortunately. We haven't coded that in at this stage. So I'll just hit yes and OK to show you what happens. And I'll set a pin later because it's not necessary at this moment. And we'll go to the Games tab, and you'll see now that the unassigned games have now been put into the science class. And if we go back and turn it off and then go back to the Games tab now, there's not going to be anything there, because all the games that were in that playlist area have now been assigned to the science class. You see? And of course, we don't want an English game and a math game in the science class, so you can tap on edit and delete those. Okay? And hit done. Now you see the code on, so we're back at the classes tab. You see the code. This is a class code. So when you're in the classroom, you write up the code on the board. RN, let's look at the English, RNACI. And what's going to happen is uh, when you have that class turned on and you go back to the Games tab, you're going to tap on Share. You're going to share this. It actually should say Upload in Progress, but the data is being uploaded. And you'll hit Done. And then your students can type in that code on their iPads. And this game will propagate automatically to their iPads. So when you go and play, the content from that game playlist will be playing in this game of Futaba. So, John, thank you for taking the time to listen to this. I hope it helps you to better understand the back end of Futaba. Um, if you are still having issues, definitely please get back to me about it. And I think at the next stage, we'll probably try to schedule a phone call that I can help you or your fellow teachers out. Now, touching base with you about the issue where your games are actually completely disappearing. I'm not exactly sure what the cause of that problem is, and it is a cause for alarm. We haven't had anybody write in about that in the past, so I'm hoping that the advice I've given you here will fix the problem. Maybe my suggestion regarding that would be to start over again from zero and follow through the kind of the logic and what I've described here and see if that helps fix the problem. And if it doesn't, absolutely please get back with me and we'll try to work it out. Thank you again for your time, and I really hope you guys have a great time with Futaba. It's a really fun game for the kids, and it really will help them solidify their learning objectives. So hope to hear some great positive things back from you, and if not, then we'll still be there for you to help you in any way we can. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.